Hello ICT traders, welcome back to this YouTube channel. Every week it's another opportunity to make money in the forex market, but the most important thing is doing the right thing. So in this video I'm going to give us the weekly directional bias of the dollar. We're going to just do a top-down analysis, and this top-down analysis will help us to be able to know the weekly directional bias of the dollar. So how do we start? We basically do what is known as intermarket analysis, and that is basically to check what is happening on the dollar index. The dollar index is known as the DXY on tradingview.com. If you're using other platforms, you can simply check on them and see whether you can find it there. So the dollar index is simply an indices that gives you the strength of the United States dollar and what the United States dollar is doing. So if we are able to know what DXY is doing, we will have an idea of what foreign currencies would do. Foreign currencies such as Euro, GBP, or the Australian dollar, or even the Canadian dollar, or New Zealand dollar. So if you're trading all these major currencies, especially the ones that appear with the United States dollar, you need to do this every week in order to know what you are doing. All right, GBP USD, and then Aussie USD, USD CAD, that is USD CAD, New Zealand USD. All these currency pairs are important. All right, so let's get into it. This is Monday, and every week you need to stay ahead of the market. You need to be smart. You need to be like the smart money. Now, every week you need to check what is going to happen technically and what is going to happen in the aspect of the fundamentals. To get your fundamental news, you can simply use fastbull.com. Fastbull is basically a platform that supplies you with several fundamental news and all the economic updates that you're supposed to have for the week. Now, this is Fastbull. The link is in the description of this video. You can simply check it and see. They have different other segments such as the economic news. This is basically where all the daily economic news is going to be released from Monday through Sunday, and you can select the date. You can also filter your screen by clicking on this screen and check which of these countries do you want to see the news release. The Europe and North America, Asia, the G20, any of the currency that you want to see the news release, you can select it right here. UK, Italy, or if you want to select all Europe, it will appear right here, and click on confirm. Then the news update will be right here. You see the actual forecast, previous, everything will be right on this particular panel. The next special thing right here is the 24-hour news right there, where you're going to get all the economic news that are coming out 24 hours. This is just like an update. You're going to see the pop notification all over here. This is 29th of January, and all the news, both economically, politically, everything is there. And then the AI signal. Those of you who are struggling with the direction of the market, the AI signal is here. These signals are generated with an AI. You can check it out there. So let's get back to our analysis right here. So this is the weekly time frame on DXY, and it's important that we do it from the weekly through the daily, 4 hour, and we break it in tranches. So we'll trade as intraday traders, all right, depending on what type of trader you are. So let's get out this all over here, and then we start the analysis. So look at what is happening. I don't want to go into so many data and information. Price has just lowered down to this lowest area at this point, and then it pushed up, breaking structure or shifting market structure right at this point, and then it retraces down into a discount area. I've done this time and again. By now you should be able to be very conversant with top-down analysis, because I've taught you guys time and again. So price pushed up to this area, retracing back, hitting this bullish order block, 50% of that bullish order block, and then coinciding with this particular fair value gap. Now we are heading where? That's the question. Where is price going to? That will help us to know what we are doing. So where do we find liquidity? The last time we spoke about liquidity, we find liquidity above relative equal highs and below relative equal lows. All right, so all these places is where liquidity is. And what is the market after? It is basically after liquidity. Liquidity is what, in simple word, it is called money. So above this liquidity area, you have a fair value gap, which has more reason to attract price. All right, which has more reason to attract price. And then above there, there is also a resting liquidity around this area. Let me show you right here at this point. All these areas are important. These areas, they are very important for us to watch. So where do you think price is going from what I've shown you? Is it the one down here? No, definitely we've hit this particular point of interest. The next point of interest is the liquidity above here, the fair value gap, and then the resting liquidity above this area. So the bias for the weekly, you have to define it in different segment. The bias for the weekly is bullish, but then will this take forever before it goes there? We don't know. Weekly, we are expecting 5 days of trading, so we will drop down to the daily time frame, and we are gonna have different data. In the daily time frame is something different. All right, is something different. Look at what price has done. Price came to this area, having this break of structure down here, and now we have shifted structure. The most recent data, we have shifted structure right at that point, and it is important you look at it in this manner. Shifting structure, market structure shift right here. So remember, I told you that whenever there is a vacuum block is simply when price quickly jumps from one point to another. It is also known as new week opening gap or the new day opening gap. All right, this in specific is a new week opening gap and walk. So price does not leave this without being filled. So I just have this feeling that price is going to come down, fill this area before we push up. So this area is the only area that is keeping price, behaving this way. You see, this has happened before. This one, it has happened before around this area. Let me change the color so you'll see it clearly. It has happened before around this exact area. So price is going to come down here, and we're going to push up there. But is it going to be today? Is it going to be later? You that is trading intraday, you are going to break it down and see when is this thing going to happen. So as price came to this area, price never really filled it up, so it has more reason to come back again. So we are going to go into the lower time frame and see what is going to happen. All right, what is going to happen in the 4-hour time frame. So this is the time frame of intraday traders, time frame of all the intraday traders. So look at what is happening now. Price has just been rallying up, push up, coming down, coming down, coming down. For price to come and fill up this thing, we need a shift in market structure in the 4-hour time frame. But then we have not seen a shift in market structure. We've just been consolidating around this area. Let me show you. Price has just been consolidating around this area. We have just been ranging. This is a range around this area. So we want to see price, and you can see from the momentum of this bullish movement, price has just been struggling to go up. We want to see price shift structure, maybe taking out this low before we call it an official shift in market structure, and we consider DXY to be bearish. That is simply to say that the dollar is bearish. So let me show you, that will be the market structure shift at that particular point. So I will advise, because Mondays are normally days that you will see consolidation. So I will advise you stay away from any consolidated market. You be careful until you see a clear break of direction. So with this, you will not be able to predict the market. That's basically what I wanted to tell you. So Mondays are the days you stay away from any kind of a prediction. You just watch what market would do, except if you have a very clear price action. So even if you go to the 1-hour time frame, you're not going to see any break of structure that is clearly showing you. All right, so all this area is a range. All this area is a very, very specific range, except for this place. If you want to see it this way, you can call this a shift in market structure, but it is inside that 4-hour range. You need to be very careful, even if you're taking this area serious. The struggles. We're waiting for price to push down and take out this low, or it can push up and continue to the upside. All right, but then this looks like a breaker. This area looks like a breaker, and if price is hitting that area, we're going to push down lower. So from the DXY, we don't have a clear direction. We are still in a range, but it is more of a bearish push. So the dollar is more of a bearish move in the lower time frame, while the weekly time frame is bullish. So don't get it wrong. So we are expecting this to push. It is simply because of this guy. that we are so confident that dollar has to come back. And then if we go to any of the foreign currencies, Euro, USD, GBP, USD, let's see Euro with USD, what is happening on Euro, USD, starting from the 4 hour. Just check the 4 hour and you're very much okay. So look at the price action. Guys, you don't want to be in any messy price action like this. You just want to see something very clear. Price giving you a very clear movement. Something like this, you want to be part of it. But this one is so difficult to give you a directional bias. So at this point, I'm just telling you that we're going to hold on. Probably tomorrow, we're going to see a better price action to take our trades. So if we go to the 1 hour time frame, it's the same thing. We have a shifting structure in this area. All right, shifting structure. Price had a new week opening gap here, and this new week opening gap will be filled definitely. And okay, price has already traded into it. So if we are pushing lower, we are simply targeting this particular fair value gap. All right, before we take up. So if the dollar is bearish in the lower time frame, that means foreign currencies are expected to go up. And if we check GBP USD, all this will be perfectly defined when the market is fully open in London session. London session is yet to open, so I'm just showing you this so we'll prepare towards it. So the same thing happening here, price having this shifting market structure right here. All right, and what do we have? Price hitting this particular order block and fair value gap, this bullish order block. All right, and then you have a fair value gap. The same thing I was showing you on the Euro USD. So we are expecting foreign currencies to be bullish if we think the dollar is supposed to be bearish. So Euro USD will be bullish, GBP USD will be bullish for today's movement. So this is what we are looking at, and then anything fundamental will affect the movement in the lower time frame definitely. So we are expecting this bias this morning. Price is going to be bullish from this direction. All right, so this is just to show you what to do and how to stay away from trouble. I'm going to record all my trades for you also as soon as London opens, and if I'm taking trade, I'm going to show you and I'll record everything for you guys. Thank you very much for watching. See you in another video.